Good, happy Saturday morning, April 13, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, man thought in Hinsdale double murder found dead, officials say. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
This photo of 28-year-old Derek Shippey was released by Vermont State Police, warning the public he may be armed and dangerous, as the New Hampshire Attorney General's office announced it had obtained arrest warrants for Shippey for 2 counts of second-degree murder in the shooting deaths of 29-year-old Neil Bolster and 19-year-old Aaliyah Jacobs. Authorities in Vermont say they had located a vehicle Shippey was believed to be using on his family's property in Vernon, Vermont. Hours later, his body was found somewhere in that same town.
There's no indication that there's any foul play in relationship to his death.
The victims were found by police Thursday during a welfare check at this Plain Road home in Hinsdale. New Hampshire and Vermont State Police working together along the way.
First, a quick result to identify the perpetrator, to seek and secure arrest warrants for the 2 counts of murder, and then ultimately to locate Mr. Shippey's body.
This case continues an alarming trend. Since March 1st, the Attorney General's office has responded to 13 deaths, some of them victims, others alleged perpetrators.
I don't think that there has been a week that has gone by that individuals in this office haven't responded to locations from one end of the state to the other with our partners at State Police.
Now, an autopsy will be performed on Shippey in Vermont, and as this is an ongoing investigation, anyone with information about the double shooting in Hinsdale should contact State Police. We're live in Concord tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Funding likely protected for Portsmouth Naval Shipyard projects. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Recently released defense memos now show that the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard may not lose money to pay for the border wall proposed by the president. Senators from New Hampshire and Maine say the acting Secretary of Defense has decided not to divert funding from projects awarded in fiscal year 2019. That means 4 projects at the shipyard worth about $200 million should not be affected.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man killed in Mount Washington avalanche is identified. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Forest Service has just identified the man who died in an avalanche on Mount Washington yesterday. A spokesman says 32-year-old Nicholas Bendix of Campton died after being buried in about 5 feet of snow in Raymond Cataract. The Forest Service says the avalanche was in fact human-caused.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man arrested in Northfield burglary. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Field man has been arrested tonight accused of this break-in on Bean Hill Road. Investigators say that Brennan Santo was caught on camera prowling around a home while the owners were sleeping in another room. Police say Santo has a long criminal history, including burglary, receiving stolen property, and criminal trespassing. He is scheduled to face a judge in that case on Monday.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. ACL injury is not stopping 77-year-old from running Boston Marathon. Let's take a listen to that video from Jessica Moran.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And with a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltates Building Products. 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Joanne McAllister is running in her 3rd consecutive Boston Marathon with her daughter, Kathy Kuhn. How is the training going? How are you feeling about Monday coming up?
A little bit concerned. It's been a short training season after I hurt my knee.
The soon-to-be 77-year-old didn't just hurt her knee, she tore her ACL 2 months ago while skiing a Black Diamond Trail.
I was devastated. And I kept telling everybody at the critical care, I want to do the marathon, I want to do the Boston.
The injury didn't require surgery but did put her on crutches, and she says doctors told her she couldn't run Boston. But Joanne isn't giving up.
She never wavered, even from the very beginning. She said, I'm doing it and I'm going to recover and do this marathon. So it's pretty inspiring.
While Joanne and her daughter are both participating in the marathon, they don't actually run next to each other. Joanne jokes her daughter is much too fast for that. But that just means that reconnecting near the finish line is one of the best parts of the day.
It can be very emotional. We're both, just happy to have finished. But then to have been able to do it together is really very special.
Why do you want to keep doing stuff like this?
Well, partly because of my age. I think that's the incentive. And running with my daughter, I think that's a wonderful, how many people get to do that?
Last year, Joanne finished 2nd in her age group. This year, she's hopeful to finish within the 6-hour time limit. In New Boston, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Two men caught on pet camera burglarizing Warner Home. Warner Home. Sorry about that. Warner Home. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cronin.
At Beltates, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. And With a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltate's Building Products, 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
Men caught on surveillance burglarizing a Warner home, searching the drawers with their faces covered, one of them wearing bright blue sneakers. The homeowners watched the crime live Friday morning after being alerted by their Furbo dog camera.
The dog was barking, and I guess that's how the camera notifies the owners the dog barks.
A dog and cat inside were not harmed. The suspects checking all over the house.
You looked at everything?
As they were leaving, they found a PlayStation 4, but didn't take it.
Let's get it. Okay, let's get it. Oh, come on, please leave it.
They took off through the back door. The homeowners called police during the crime, but the suspects were gone when officers got there. The house is in a remote area of town on Poverty Plains Road.
Don't know if they got picked up. We did do a canine track through state police. Weren't able to come up with anything. We did find some footprints we believe may have belonged to them, but we weren't able to locate anyone.
Police believe the suspects used a screwdriver to break through the front door. They got away with about $2,500 worth of jewelry and cash. Now investigators hope this video will lead to the men responsible.
Well, these cameras are amazing. So if you can get the camera to be able for us to have that video footage both inside and outside the house, they are a world of help.
So far, investigators say no similar crimes have been reported in the area. If you recognize those suspects, you are asked to call Warner Police. In Warner, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Boston Marathon makes schedule change due to rainy weather forecast. Let's take a listen to that video from WCVB Boston.
Weekend is finally here.
Thank you.
The city buzzing with thousands of runners looking to check Boston off their list.
First time!
While veterans of the race continue to look for new challenges in the 26.2-mile course.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. They say go out slow. I never do. Because it's downhill at the beginning, so it's free, fast miles. How can you say no?
For the first time ever, the Boston Athletic Association is hosting a fan fest in Copley Square, a chance for runners and their families to have some free fun before the hard stuff begins.
We're going to get everything out of our system the first couple of days, and then, you get into race mentality.
The race important for just about everyone that will either watch or run.
My good friend Jenny actually was injured, and I'm running for Team Boston Medical Center because she received treatment there.
So Stepping Strong is an organization that's actually raising funds to improve all of the emergency rooms across the United States.
And no amount of rain will stop these runners from having a good time and enjoying one of the best sporting events in the world.
I think it's more than a run. I think it's for Boston. It's, oh my God, it's a celebration of spring.
It took a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, sacrifice, but it's just happening, and it makes me so happy.
And FanFest, which again offers those free events, will continue on Saturday and will also go on Sunday.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Pentagon awaiting new request from DHS that could send more troops to the border. The U.S. military may possibly be used to build and manage tent cities. After President Donald Trump told White House reporters on Friday that we're gonna put more troops on the border. The Pentagon was awaiting a new request over the weekend from the Department of Homeland Security for more support along the southwest border, said the Pentagon's top officials. And now let's take a look at what events are happening today in New Hampshire. Bunny breakfast and Easter egg hunt is happening right now at Greenland Church Parish House. Easter Bunny breakfast, Bartlett Elementary School, is happening right now. Beginner magic classes happening right now at Keene State College Redfern Arts Center. Clothing drive, Stevens Buswell Community Center, all day. The 9th Annual Seacoast Veterans Conference is happening right now at Service Credit Union. Ham radio training and introduction happening right now, Red Cross Blue Center. Cars and Coffee presented by Alpha Cars happening at 9 o'clock at Alpha's and Earl of New England. Spring Fair 2019 happening at 9 o'clock at United Church in Pennacook. Community-wide preschool open house, 9 o'clock a.m., the Children's Center. And Dirty Paws Run, 9 o'clock at Pope Memorial SPCA of Concord, Merrimack County. Those are all the events happening on the event calendar today, and that's it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.